Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente yo-yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 701, primarily in a row. My name is Rob Hoback. Happy that you're here. Honored and humbled that you keep coming back like for reals. Hey, it's Thursday. On Thursdays, we talk about the need to be thankful for what you got if you want to be happy, right? 2 plus 2 is always 5, and you got to be happy with what you got. If you want to be happy, you have to be thankful for what you got. Yeah, and every Thursday, I feel like I tell this story, that at one of my darkest, several times, the same people have shown up and said, Rob, you got to be thankful for what you got, right? And not in a condescending way, trying to help. Guess what? It helps. If you only focus on everything that's wrong in your life, guess what? You're going to find a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't seek areas where we can improve, but at the same time, we have to be extremely thankful for everything that we have. Then we have to be generous and all the, it's a formula, right? It's a success formula. You have to be consistent. I am consistent. That's my I am for the day. Sorry about that, man. I've been working on this for an hour and a half. Seriously, my phone keeps ringing. I got a big meeting here in a couple hours. So I'm a little shaken, right, if you will. Nonetheless, it's a work day. I got work to do. First things first, I'm still the realist, and I am consistent. Just because I set it out of order, that doesn't mean I'm inconsistent. That means every day I come and I tell you something nice about myself. I wish y'all would do the same thing. Say something nice about yourself. Battle that negative ego in your mind that says bad things about you. And like NF says, hovers over you, tells you all kinds of lies, tells you that you're no good. You're not. You're way better than that. You got to be consistent. You have to tell that person, no thanks, right? Positive self-talk. All right, moving on to real talk. We are what we repeatedly do. 700 and some odd days ago when I was going through just a life-changing time in my life. Very difficult. And all I wanted to focus on, everything that was wrong and who was responsible. And I was a victim, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whew, man, I watched this video and the guy said, we are what we repeatedly do. We are what we, and I'm like, you know what? That's true. That's another one. The further you go, the more sense it makes. And so, and then you recognize the pattern in others where they do this thing. Oh, I'm such a victim. I never complain. You always complain. Oh, you work hard one day a week. You don't work hard every day. Oh, I'm good to you. No, you're not. We are what we repeatedly do. We can fool ourselves. We can look at history and be like, hey, that one time right there, I had a great game. That practice over there, 2 weeks ago, I had a great day at practice. So what? You can bring it every day. We are what we repeatedly do. Well, you got to bring it every single day, whether you're at work, whether it's your family, whether it's job, whatever, right? Whether it's football practice. We are what we repeatedly do. If you more times than not show up, give a half-ass effort, are a shitty teammate, don't care about anybody else, guess what? You're selfish and you're lazy, right? I'm just reporting the news that everybody else already knows, but some of us are just the last ones to accept the fact that we are what we repeatedly do. So yesterday, talking about we are what? Poor Rob. And when I say poor Rob, like, the victim Rob. He came up, oh, man, I can't believe these people are treating me like this, blah, blah. And to his credit, my woke-ass Sam said, bro, don't let those people in your head. Nobody comes in your castle without your permission. I'm like, that's right, bro. And then number 2, I'm like, and why am I whining about that I expected more out of those people? This morning, I found this. Remember this one? It's got a picture of a lion. If you expect the world to be fair with you because you're fair, you're fooling yourself. That's like expecting the lion not to eat you because you didn't eat him. Me expecting people that I've seen repeatedly behave in a certain fashion and then get my feelings hurt because they treated me like that. It's like, it's not even personal with me. It's just their selfish behavior. They are selfish. That's what they repeatedly do. And victims sit around and be like, that's not fair. I ain't a victim. I'm done with that nonsense, right? We are what we repeatedly do. The last thing, and this will take us right into our thank yous, right, is that when I was thinking about that situation, thinking, why would they behave this way? I thought of my conversation with JB 44, in which he said, my life changed when I grasped this simple concept, that the sooner I got past feeling sorry for myself and asking why negative things happen to me and just said, God, I understand you put me in this situation because you're preparing me for something greater. What do you want me to do? And then do it. That's exactly what we're talking about right here. Stop asking why, right? People are going to be who they are. Stop asking why they did it. Just understand what it is and move on. Nobody cares. Work harder. with that, we're on to our thank yous. God has been good to us in the good times and the bad. We'll look back on these situations, I'm certain of it, and say, oh, that's what was going on there, right? I'm thankful for the Big Ten. They did what everybody knew they were probably going to do anyway, and that's that as the other conferences said, hey, we're going to play some football, and then there's all this pressure financially from organizations saying, hey, we got to get back to work over here. We understand that there's some safety, but we've got to get back to work. So congratulations, Big Ten, for doing what you should have done a couple months ago. Thankful for the nonsense, right? The nonsense that comes into our life. Either we can engage in the nonsense and we can become one of them. We can repeatedly make the same mistakes, or we can say, you know what? I'm going to respond with some courage and say, no, thank you. I do not accept this. And make no mistake about it. Standing up to a bully takes courage. Even if it's a woman and you're a 6'4", 250-pound man, it takes courage, right? Number two, I'm thankful for cowards, passive aggressive people that, make a scene. You've seen it, right? Like I grew up in it. Passive aggressive behavior is how cowards behave. I behave that way, right? Like we have to evolve past that. If we want change, we have to engage in meaningful conversation about, like, when you do this, I react this way. For it to be any different, we have to behave differently. And I'm sorry, but it starts with you. When you start this nonsense, this is where this goes, right? It's the truth. Embrace the truth. You've heard it. The truth will set you free. This situation in football is like, look at the film. The film's right there, right? When a parent sends me a 500-word text message saying, my son didn't get like, yes, he did. He took half the snaps last week, and he quit on 25% of those. You can blame me. You can comment and say, hey, it's all your fault that my son quits. It's not. Look in the mirror, right? You and your son should look in the mirror and say, it's our fault. Don't blame your shit on somebody else, right? I'm thankful for prayer. Let that resonate with you. I'm thankful that when these situations, and like it's in my mind and it's overwhelming me, that I can just pray, like, God, please help me just process this information and throw it in the garbage where it should be. And just keep that little reminder, like, okay, those folks, we know they are what they repeatedly do. We know how they're going to behave, right? Just it is what it is. And I'm thankful for whatever else today brings and whatever tomorrow brings. I'm thankful for it all. Again, on a Thank Yous Thursday, there's no better time to talk about that. If you want to be happy with your life, you have to be thankful for everything that you have, even the bad stuff, especially the bad stuff, because it's only going to make us stronger. With that, we're done. Hands up. Peace out. We're better together. I appreciate you stopping by on Thank Yous Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow on an F It Friday. We'll see you then. Deuces. #Real Talk. See ya.